A very good morning to one and all present here. I'm very happy to welcome you all for Scintilla Q Inter-School Quiz Competition Season 5. Every morning, a new arrival welcome. The bitter past, more welcome is the sweet, says William Shakespeare. It is mark of our undying tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of an important event. Prayer is not asking. Prayer is putting oneself in the hands of God, at His disposition, and listening to His voice in the depth of our hearts. Let us all stand together for prayer song. Now I request Mrs. Premila to come on the stage and render the prayer song.
Sri Ganesha Charanam Gajanana Devar Muniva Paniyum Dayakara Sri Ganesha Charanam Nagabaranene Nanmarai Podrum Nanmarai Pranava Rubane Jaya Sri Ganesha Saranam Padananvum Ramadasa Varadane Modaga Priyane Gauri Sudane Adidevan Unnarulilleye Adidevan Unnarulilleye Vedavum Naalum Seitholilundo Vedavum Naalum Seitholilundo Sri Ganesha Charanam Charanam Charanam.
I request everyone to be seated. A ray of light is a ray of hope. Let us all leave the darkness and step towards the bright path. Now we will have our traditional auspicious lamp lighting ceremony as a tribute to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. I request all the dignitaries to come on the dais to light the lamp and inaugurate this program. I request our guest of honor, S. Jairam, Region Head Business Standard, respected Dean, Dr. C. Sundar, SNH IST Ramapuram Campus, our Principal, Mr. Amal Raj, our Vice Principal, Mrs. Ashwini Kamesh, and our Scintilla coordinators, Mrs. Rama Revati and Mrs. Banumati. Thank you, dignitaries. I request everyone to be seated. Now I request our Vice Principal, Mrs. Ashwini Kamesh of SRM Nightingale Matriculation Higher Secondary School to welcome the gathering.
Good morning. Inside the book, Between the Lines, was a place to rest and observe the magic. To observe such a magic virtually, on behalf of everyone present here, let me welcome you all for Scintilla Q Inter-School Quiz Competition Edition 5. It's my privilege to welcome our acclaimed chief guest of today, Mr. Mahesh S. Anand, President, Decorative Division, Nippon Paint India Private Limited, Chennai, who joined us virtually. I welcome you, sir. And I extend my warm welcome to our honorable guest of honor, Mr. S. Jayaraman, Region Head, Business Standard, Chennai, to this renowned event, Scintilla Q Edition 5. It's an honor to welcome our mentor, Dr. C. Sundar, Dean, School of Science and Humanities, Ramapuram Campus, who has enlightened our minds to organize Scintilla Q in our campus. I happily welcome the most enthusiastic person who is guiding and motivating us in all the ways, our respected principal, Mr. T. Amalraj. And I take pleasure in welcoming our pillar of support, Mrs. Hema Bindu, admin manager, to this event. We all know that knowledge is the base of every student life, and there is no career without skill and knowledge. This makes its value priceless. With this note, we wish a very warm welcome to our quiz master, Mr. Abid Abdullah, who's here to kindle the knowledge of young minds. I extend my warm welcome to our dear teachers who work as a team to improvise and polish our students in all chapters of life. The effort taken for today's event needs no explanation. The result speaks for itself. Let me appreciate and welcome the organizing team coordinated by Mrs. Revati and Mrs. Bhanumati, our technical team coordinated by Mrs. Gauri and Mrs. Hema Moses, our non-teaching and supporting staff for making the event. When you move your focus from competition to contribution, life becomes a celebration. With this note, let me happily welcome the competitive and contributing young minds for this event. Children, it's your day today. Bring out your inner talent, grab the opportunity, and put up your best show. I welcome you all once again for unlocking knowledge at the speed of thought. Scintilla Q Inter-School Quiz Competition Edition 5. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm welcome. We would like to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Mahesh S. Anand, President of Nippon Paint India Private Limited, for Scintilla Q Season 5 Inter-School Quiz Competition.
SRM Nightingale heartily welcomes Mr. Mahesh S. Anand, President, Nippon Paint India Private Limited, the esteemed chief guest of Scintilla Q Season 5 Inter-School Quiz Competition.
Thank you, sir, for joining us virtually.
Thank you.
Now I request our respected Dean, Dr. C. Sundar, to honor Mr. S. Jairam, Region Head Business Standard, our guest of honor, with a memento as a token of love. Thank you, sir. Now I call Mrs. Rani to introduce our chief guest of the day.
Happy morning to all. Mr. Mahesh S. Anand is the President and Additional Director of Nippon Paint India Private Limited. With over 30 years of experience in the paint industry, he has successfully established Nippon Paint as one of India's leading paint brand. Mr. Mahesh joined Nippon in 2006 as the Regional Sales Manager, Tamil Nadu. Over the years, he has been responsible for the successful launch of Nippon in Tamil Nadu while operating projects in Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and Karnataka. He later rose to the position of Zonal Head for Southern Region, followed by becoming the Vice President, Southern Business Operation. He currently oversees the operations of Nippon Paint India's Decorative Division as its President. Mr. Mahesh Anand brings over 30 years of expertise in the paint industry, both regional and national markets. Apart from his corporate duties, he is also an executive member of Indian Green Building Council. He was bestowed the title of IGBC Fellow for his outstanding contribution to the green movement in India. He is armed with bachelor's degree in commerce from the prestigious St. Joseph College, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, and a master's in business administration, specialized with marketing and Material Management from Madurai Kamaraj University. Thank you, sir. Now I request our chief guest to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the introduction, what you have given, ma'am. And I'm extremely sorry I couldn't join you physically. I think I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I welcome and morning to everyone. Dr. Sundar, Mr. Jairam, Regional Director for the Business Standards, the management of SRM Nightingale School and SRM Engineering College, and the teachers, faculty members, the coordinators for this quiz event, of course, the quiz master, and the students, the participants who have assembled for this event. I see almost like 140 plus people, students are there for this competition. I really appreciate them. Early morning, they were all ready for this, this important event in their life as a competition with them. I just have to tell few things, which is basically what is so important about a quiz competition. It brings in a lot of interest within yourself. It makes you to think, beyond your academics. It gives you the opportunity to think beyond your academics and gives you that competitive spirit. I mean, that's what the madam who had the introductory speech also gave in. Quiz competitions brings in a competitive spirit. Now what this competitive spirit brings in your career, I think எல்லாருக்கும் தமிழ் தெரியும் நினைக்கிறேன். தமிழ்ல பேசுறேன்னா, அதாவது குவிஸ் காம்படிஷன் என்னன்னா, உங்களுக்கு உங்களுக்குள்ளார ஒரு போட்டி மனப்பான்மையை உண்டு பண்ணும். இந்த போட்டி மனப்பான்மையில நீங்க வெற்றி பெறீங்க, தோக்குறீங்க, இல்ல ஜெயிக்கிறீங்கிறது முக்கியம் கிடையாது. அந்த போட்டி மனப்பான்மை வளர்த்துக்கிறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். அதுதான் நம்மளுடைய லைஃப்ல இப்பல இருந்தே, இந்த வயசுல இருந்து நீங்க அதை வளர்த்துட்டே வந்தீங்கன்னா ஃபியூச்சர்ல உங்களுக்கு அது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். என்ன உங்க லைஃப்ல பண்றீங்க, படிக்கிறீங்களா, இல்ல ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ்ல இருக்கிறீங்களா, இல்ல குவிஸ் காம்படிஷன் பண்றீங்களா, என்ன பண்ணினாலும் நான் முதல்ல வரணும், நான் வெற்றி பெறணும், நான் ஜெயிக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற அந்த போட்டி மனப்பான்மை நீங்க வளர்த்துங்க. அது வளர்த்துக்கிட்டாலே போதும். உங்களுடைய லைஃப் கண்டிப்பா நல்ல ஒரு ஃபியூச்சர் உங்களுக்கு இருக்கு. இப்போ உங்களுக்கு யங் ஏஜ், இப்போதைக்கு நீங்க உங்க பேரண்ட்ஸ் சொல்றதையும் சொல்றதையும் உங்களோட வெல் விஷர் சொல்றதுக்கு தோணும் லைஃப்ல. ஓகே, நான் இந்த மாதிரி ஆகணும், இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பொசிஷனுக்கு வரணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த நேரத்துல உங்களுக்கு இந்த போட்டி மனப்பான்மை ரொம்ப உந்துதலா இருக்கும். ஏன்னா வேர்ல்டே பாத்தீங்கன்னா அக்ராஸ் எங்க போனாலும் ஒரு காம்படிஷன் தான் இருக்கு, ரைட்? எங்க போனாலும் ஒருத்தருக்கும் காம்படிஷன் இருந்துட்டே தான் இருக்கும். வெதர் நீங்க ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ்ல எடுத்துக்கிட்டாலும் சரி, இல்ல ஸ்டடீஸ்ல எடுத்துக்கிட்டாலும் சரி, ஆர் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு குவிஸ் காம்படிஷன். இன்னைக்கு 140 பேர் இருக்கிறீங்க, 140 பேரும் வின் பண்ண முடியாது இல்லையா? அதுல யாரு பெஸ்டா இருக்காங்களோ அவங்க தான் வின் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ அதனால எல்லாருமே அந்த போட்டி மனப்பான்மை வளர்த்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு உங்க லைஃப்ல நீங்க முன்னுக்கு வர்றதுக்கு ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். அதுதான் என்னோட ஐ எம் நாட் சேயிங் இட்ஸ் எ மெசேஜ், என்னோட அட்வைஸ் ஃபார் ஆல் ஆஃப் யூ. அண்ட் இன்னைக்கு உங்களோட டே, நீங்க நல்லா என்ன சொல்ல, ஒரு ஏர்லி மார்னிங் ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷா இருக்கிறீங்க, உங்களுடைய மைண்ட்ஸை ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷா வச்சுக்கோங்க, பயப்படாம பதில் சொல்லுங்க, நீங்க கண்டிப்பா வின் பண்ணுவீங்க அப்படிங்கிற நம்பிக்கையோட இந்த போட்டிக்குள்ள போங்க. ஃபியூச்சர்ல நீங்க எல்லாருமே நல்ல நிலைமைக்கு, நல்ல லீடர்ஷிப் பொசிஷனுக்கு வரணும். இப்போ என்ன எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, ஐ எம் நாட் வெரி குட் இன் அகடமிக்ஸ். ஐ வாஸ் an average student, but I was always into this competitive spirit. குவிஸ் காம்படிஷன் நிறைய நான் கலந்துகிட்டது கிடையாது, ஆனா ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ்ல இருந்திருக்கிறேன். அண்ட் அகடமிக்ஸ்லயும் ஐ வாஸ் வெரி சக்சஸ்ஃபுல், ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ்லயும் ஐ வாஸ் வெரி சக்சஸ்ஃபுல். ஸோ அதுதான் இன்னைக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு லீடர்ஷிப் பொசிஷன் கொண்டு வந்திருக்கு. ஸோ நீங்களும் அதே மாதிரி உங்களுடைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸை அகடமிக்ஸ்லயும் கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணுங்க. நான் அகடமிக் ஆக்டிவிட்டி, ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ், இந்த மாதிரி குவிஸ் காம்படிஷன்ல நீங்க தொடர்ந்து உங்க லைஃப் ஃபுல்லா நீங்க முயற்சி செஞ்சு வந்தீங்கன்னா நீங்களும் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு லீடர்ஷிப் பொசிஷனுக்கு வர முடியும். ஸோ இந்த மெசேஜோட உங்க எல்லாருக்கும் என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள். எல்லாரும் நல்லா பண்ணணும், தைரியமா பதில் சொல்லுங்க. And my special thanks to the coordinators of this Scintilla quiz season 5, the 5th season I think, and it's been very successfully done. And in the varsham it's a hybrid model, and if possible next year if I'm able to come physically, I would like to come and compete in this, watch this program. And also for the quiz master who's going to conduct this program, wish you all the best, sir, and let the best student win this competition. So Thank you once again for all the people who have been invited, especially Dr. Sundar, for making me to come here on a hybrid mode. Thank you so much, sir, and wish you all the best. And definitely, I will try to meet you in person next time when this opportunity comes in. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words. It was indeed motivating. Now I call Mrs. Rani to introduce our guest of honor of the day.
Our guest of honor, Mr. S. Jairam, Region Head Business Standard, has 30 years of experience in sales, marketing, and admin working in FMCG, cellular, and print media. He has been associating with us for the past 4 years. Business Standard newspaper were distributed to our students to build their knowledge, which was initiated by our Dean, Dr. C. Sundar, through Mr. Jairam sir. We are glad to share that every year they conducted the Business Standard quiz program for our students, and they appreciated and encouraged our students with medals and certificates. Business Standard quiz program were virtually conducted during the pandemic period. Last year, Business Standard Budget Insight Out newspaper 21-22 was distributed to the students, and our principal explained about the budget. Thank you, sir. Now I request our guest of honor to address the gathering on this day.
SRM Nightingale heartily welcomes S. Jairam, Region Head, Business Standard, the esteemed guest of honor of Scintilla Q Season 5, Inter-School Quiz Competition.
Happy morning to everyone. Hope you can hear me, or I should remove this. Sorry, can I remove? Normally, people used to say the inquisitive minds develop the masterminds. So for that, quiz is one of the best programs. During school, maybe 1 or 2 quiz programs I have participated, but more of the quiz programs I've attended, and I've seen and observed how the inquisitive minds were able to answer very tough questions, especially the rapid fire questions. And coming to Business Standard, I'm so thankful to Dr. Sundar, the Dean of Science and Humanities, SRM University, and also the advisor of this institution, the principal, Mr. Amal Raj, the vice principal, and the wonderful teachers of this institution who have been working hard, sincerely, and with a dedicated mind to create a lot of inquisitive minds. That I could see with the lot of interactions I have with the students, the past out, the present, and the old. And the Business Standard, what we thought was, we always look at a relationship beyond a business. So we have been conducting a quiz, a business quiz, which will make the student current affairs study, especially. And I thank Selvi Madam and the principal and Sundar sir for initiating that quiz for all the students year on year in this institution. And we have been doing this for all the management students across the country. And now we have moved to digital quiz also. Many institutions appreciate our quiz because it makes the student current affairs study. Every week we conduct the quiz, digital quiz online, and the students are ready for the interviews, for the placements. That is what we do. And a lot of initiatives SRM Nightingale Matriculation School has been taking, which I personally know. So they stand apart from the other schools, I can say. Silently, they are doing a revolution, and they are molding the students to be future ready. And Mr. Mahesh is one classic example of being an inquisitive mind. See, he himself accepted from an ordinary student, he has now become an extraordinary person. He heads one of the topmost paint companies in the country. Lot of innovation he has done, he and his team has done. I have known him personally for a few years. So it is the inquisitive mind only which has helped him to develop himself and also the organization. So I think when Dr. Sundar sir said that we should have him as the chief guest, he readily agreed, and he is the right person to start this quiz. So an inquisitive mind starts the quiz. I wish all the participants, Mr. Magesh was telling there are more than 140 students. So I feel that all of them are winners for taking part in this initiative. I wish SRM Nightingale School more success and more initiatives, and look forward to see a lot of inquisitive minds. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. A school plays a major role in molding a society. A society is built up with young minds. The school holds innumerable activities to display to the parents who believe school to be the second home. We are proud to inform that in spite of the pandemic, we have released first issue of our newsletter Petals during Navaratri celebration. We are indeed happy to announce that our second newsletter covering innumerable activities and celebration and various development program for students and teachers is going to be released today. Now I request our honorable guest of honor, S. Jairam, Region Head Business Standard, to release the newsletter and to hand over the first copy to our Dean, Dr. Sundar, and I also request all the dignitaries to receive the copies of newsletter. Thank you all. Now I would like to call Mrs. Rema to introduce our quiz master, Mr. Abid Abdullah.
Happy morning to all. I feel honored and privileged to introduce our quiz master, Mr. Abid Abdullah. He is from Kozhikode, India. His schooling was at Bhavan's Rajaji Vidyashram, Chennai. He completed his graduation in computer engineering at SRM University, Katangulathur. He started his career as content manager at Express Minds. He is an IT professional based at Bangalore. He has been a passionate quizzer since his childhood days. As a quizmaster, he has hosted events at the national and international level, and he is a core member of the Quiz Foundation of India. He is anchoring the Scintilla quiz contest for the third year in our institution. I request our quizmaster to take over the session.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hope I'm audible. Anybody would confirm? Yeah, I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Right. So firstly, good morning, all of you. Great to see so many of you join in at bright and early at 9:30 in the morning. I just want to give you a little bit of a warning. I've been unfortunately a little bit unwell over the last few days. So in case I'm coughing or sneezing in between, please bear with me. Right. So the instructions for the quiz are fairly simple. First is you will have to answer all your questions through a Google form, right? So I will share that Google form in the chat right now with everybody. Please open your chats and you will be seeing a link there for a Google form. Everybody, please open it. Right? When you open it, it will ask for a few details right at the start: a contact number, your full name, your class, and as well as your school name, right? So please fill in all those details first, right? Then after that, you'll see, after you fill in all those details, as you scroll down, you'll see the question numbers there. It's just the question numbers, right? What will happen is I will display the questions here on the screen via Zoom, and you'll have to type your answer into the Google Sheet, right? So I'll give further instructions in about a minute. I'll give you all time to fill up that first details. Please, everyone, fill up your Google Sheet with all your details first. In the meantime, so Also, I see a lot of people posting in the chat. From this point, I will keep the chat closed to everyone except hosts and co-hosts, right? You'll not be able to chat with everyone. You'll have to send in your messages to co-host or host, right? Just so that anybody doesn't inadvertently type an answer into the chat. That's all. No other reason. So I see people have been dropping in and out. So for the benefit of everyone who's joined in the last couple of minutes, I'm sharing a Google form in the chat. Please, everyone, open it. It'll ask you for some details, your contact number, your school, your full name, your class. Please fill all those details. After that, you'll see there'll be space provided for you to answer the questions. Question 1, question 2, question 3, so on up till 20. There are no questions there at the moment. The questions will be displayed here on the Zoom call. Okay. Right. So I hope everyone has taken the time to fill in their things. And those who have not, also I request everyone to please switch on your videos, because we are recording this call and we will refer to it before we announce the results. Right. Please, everyone, switch on your video. Great. Okay, fantastic. So let me just share my screen right now. Okay, so this is the prelims. So I will explain the format right now. But firstly, before I move forward, a few thanks to give out. Firstly, to the Quiz Foundation of India, who is a Chennai-based organization that helps spreading quizzing all across the country, but particularly the Chennai chapter, which I'm a part of, helps build quizzing in Chennai and makes it to be as big as it can be. Secondly, to all the faculty and dignitaries present here today from Scintilla Q, this is the 5th edition, and I've been lucky enough to be host at 3 of them. They have brought this event back year after year, and it's become one of the prize quizzing stops in Chennai. I assure you, all of you should be very proud just to be participating in the prelim, because it's a very, very prestigious event, right? Don't worry about qualifying for the finals. Just being here, taking part in the prelims, whether you qualify, how well you do, none of that matters. Just here, being here, participating is very, very important, right? And also, particularly thanks to Sundar sir, who came to us about 5 years back or 6 years back, I think. At this
want questions.
I would request everyone to hold your questions for now. I will give you time to ask your questions before I start the prelim, right? Let me just allow me to thank everyone, right? Yeah, so as I was saying, particularly thanks to Sundar sir, who came to us about 5 years back with the idea for this quiz. And it has been an honor to be hosting this, and thank you so very much, sir, for calling me back once more. And to all the teachers who have been working in the back end to make sure this event happens smoothly and without any trouble. They do an immeasurable amount of work, and I have been particularly hard pressed to be cooperative as I normally am this time because of my IT life, right? But this quiz is happening, and that is a great thing. Let us get started, right? Here is the format: 20 question prelims. Each question has 1 point. There are absolutely no negatives in the prelim. So please make sure you take a guess for every single question, right? Here is the most important rule, if you ask me. Please do not use Google or any other unfair means such as asking for help from others and things like that. This is a quiz for individuals, which means only you are supposed to take part in the quiz. And even if you somehow cheat now, you will get caught in the finals, right? But even in the prelims, the questions are made in such a manner that if you try to Google something, you will end up with the wrong answer, right? It will be easier for you to apply your own mind, think, and answer, right? Trust me, the questions are simple enough. There's nothing all the answers you would have heard of, right? Somebody has said they've just joined now. I'm sharing the Google form again for everybody's sake, right? Yeah. So just to repeat again, please do not use Google or any other such unfair means. The questions are framed in such a manner that if you try to Google, you'll probably end up with the wrong answer instead of the correct answer, right? Instead, read the question, listen to the clues that I give you, and answer accordingly, right? So please enter your answers into the Google Sheet. Top 6 participants will make it to the final. In case of a tie, there are inbuilt tiebreakers. The questions have secret tiebreakers. If the tiebreakers still do not break the tie, we will use a sudden death method, which is we'll go from question 1, and whoever gets the first question wrong, they will be eliminated, right? So top 6 will qualify for the finals. Individual participants only. Hope all of you are in individual teams. Hope all of you have filled the form. Here we go. Question number 1 is going to come up on your screens right now. All the very best to all of you. Yes?
Sir, is the language, is the answer case sensitive?
No, don't worry. It's personally reviewed.
Sir, how, sir, you will
Sorry?
share in this screen or that Google form itself it will there, sir?
No, questions will appear only on the Zoom screen. There are no questions that will come on the Google form, right? So,
sir, can we answer all of the answers in completely small case? Yeah.
It's small case, spelling, all that is fine. There is no preset answer or anything like that. Spelling doesn't matter. As long as I understand what you mean, it's okay. Small case doesn't matter, uppercase doesn't matter, because it will be personally checked. It's going to be hand checked. There's no auto record, right? Also, I see quite a few of you are taking the quiz on a mobile screen. So what will end up happening is your mobile screen video will go off when you open the Google form to answer questions. While I don't advise it for the prelims, it's still okay, but for the finals you will absolutely need a laptop screen. So I would advise, if you have a laptop, please use it, right? Laptop or computer, whatever it is, right? I hope that's the end of your questions. We will get started. Everyone, please stay on mute throughout the prelims. Don't inadvertently answer out loud. You will only be helping others, right?
Sir, we should text in capital letters, sir.
No need for capital letters. You can put it in small letters also, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I joined in my laptop and I am using Google Form in my mobile phone, sir.
Okay, sure, no problem. Again, right? So I think hopefully all the instructions are clear to all of you, right? We can get started, I hope.
So
One final instruction, everyone. There are 20 questions. I will not go back through the questions, right? I'll spend enough time on each and every single question, but once I reach question 20, I'll close the Google form. That will be the end of the prelims, right? So if you want to get a pencil and paper to write down clues you don't answer, please do that, right? Okay. Question number 1 on your screens right now. Which landmark in Chennai is named after this Tamil poet, famous for his work of just over 1,300 couplets? So you have a picture of him there. Once you figure out who this guy is that you see, he's written a work of over 1,300 couplets. There's a very famous landmark in Chennai. In fact, an area of Chennai is named after this person, right? Which landmark or which area in Chennai gets its name after this Tamil poet, right? So think about who this could be. Look at couplets, if it helps, is essentially poems that are 2 lines, right? Something familiar to almost all of you. I remember when I had to study Tamil in school, this was one of the things we had to study, and this person's name was very well known. And there is something in Chennai that is named after him, right? And as you can see from the question, there are no proper nouns for you to Google. There are no clues like that. So if you try to Google Tamil poet and Chennai area, you will get 150 results.
Google form, sir.
Yeah, I'll send you the Google form. Don't worry.
Sir, second question, sir.
Yeah. Google form is shared. Right? So as I said, if you try to attempt to Google, you'll end up with the wrong answer, right? So instead, it is better for you to think on your own, figure out who this person is. Once you figure out this person, you will figure out which famous landmark in Chennai is named after. All right. So question number 1 up on the screen.
The second question.
Right? Second question coming up on your screen now.
Sir, is it a landmark or a area, sir?
It's a landmark, and generally people, if you go to that part of town, you will call it by the name of this landmark, right? Please mute yourselves. Please don't unmute unless absolutely necessary.
Can we leave that question if we don't know?
You can leave it if you don't know, no problem. Right? But I would encourage you to guess because there are no negatives and I won't come back to this question. Right? That's all.
Sir,
Yes.
we have to write his name and his landmark in general.
No need for his name, just the landmark.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sir, I have wrote the name. It's no problem.
Okay, you don't need to update me after you've answered every question. That's all right. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
So, second question.
Yeah. So moving on to question number 2. So this is a still from a movie that's going to come out in 2022. What you have to tell me is, this is a movie that is about the pets of famous superheroes, right? Whose pet is the star of this movie in the DCEU, right? So we have the MCU, this is the DCEU. So think, which superhero could this possibly be? Whose pet could this possibly be? Look at the way this dog is standing, the way he's posing, and tell me.
Do we have to name the superhero or the pet?
The superhero. Right? You have to name which superhero's pet this is, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And think simple, all the questions are answers you would have heard of. It's not going to be some, superhero from some comic back in the 1960s. Very, very popular superhero, right?
Sir, from DCEO, sir.
Yes, from the DCEU. Right? Once you have figured out DC, there are Marvel comics, there are DC comics. It's from the DC side of comics.
Okay.
Just to help you. And look at the way the dog is. Look at closely at the chest also. That will help you. Okay.
Sir, which dog we have to mention, sir?
No, you don't have to mention which dog or anything. Just
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, if any hero means we should put the hero name and
yeah. You should put the hero name. That's it. Only the superhero name. That's it. Okay. That's question 2. Moving on to question 3. Which audio streaming app has a logo? So this is the Wi-Fi logo, right? You would have seen this on your phones, on your laptops. Whenever your device has Wi-Fi, you will see its logo look like this. Now picture this thing slightly crooked and in green color, and that will look like the logo of a very famous audio streaming app. Audio means basically it has music, it has podcasts, it has things like that, right? Which famous app is this logo set to look like?
Sir, does spelling matter?
Spelling does not matter as long as I understand what you're trying to say, right?
Okay.
Sir, it is in green color, no, sir?
Yeah, this thing is, whatever the logo is in green color, right? So picture this, slightly turn it, imagine it in green, and think about which app's logo this is.
Sir, I'm really sorry. I just joined, sir. Can you please tell me where I should enter the answers?
Okay, for those of you who have just joined, there is a Google Doc. First, fill in all your details. Unfortunately, you've joined a bit late. We will not be running through the questions.
Sir, I want to write all in capital letters.
Nothing about writing in all in capital letters. It's okay. You can write in small letters, capital letters. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. So for the person who joined late, please open that form, fill in your details. All the questions need to be answered. Right. So this question 3. An audio streaming app's logo has been described as the Wi-Fi logo, but in green and slightly crooked. So this is the Wi-Fi logo that you see in the picture there. Picture it in green and slightly crooked, and think about which audio streaming app's logo this is.
Next question. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. The doubt is in the second question you were asking that we have to write the dog's name or the dog's owner name, sir.
Dog's owner name.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Here is the 4th question.
Sir, dog's owner name is
sir?
Yeah, the superhero whose pet that is.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
So this animal, someone is unmuted, please mute yourself. This animal gets its name because it has a very long nose. And because of that long nose, it looks like a mammal that you will find both in Asia and Africa. What is the name of this animal? Somebody is unmuted, please mute yourselves. Otherwise, I'll be forced to mute all of you.
Sir,
Should we have
we
to
should write the name of the
name
animal in the picture or which animal it represents, sir?
You should write the name of this animal. Yeah, again, someone is unmuted. I can hear a background noise. Please mute it.
next question?
Okay. Moving on to the next one, question number 5 coming up. So this statue in New Delhi honors a journey of about 400 kilometers taken by over 80
Sir,
people.
question number 4, sir.
This is question number 5. I'm sure, right? This statue in New Delhi honors a journey of about 400 kilometers taken by over 80 people, and where it ended was a coastal town in Gujarat, right? Look at the statue, please. Someone is
Excuse me, sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So should we write what was the thing that was taken by 400 kilometers by 80 people?
You should write what? How do we know this?
Yeah.
80 people went somewhere. Where did they?
Got it.
How do we know?
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you show the 4th question?
No, I cannot. We will not be going back throughout the quiz. Right? I spent enough time on every question I said. Right?
Which this statue in New Delhi honors it.
Sorry?
Can you show the 6th question, sir?
Not yet, please. Right? Relax. I understand some of you have answered this, may want to move on, but everybody needs to answer.
Sir, should we answer the journey's name?
Yeah, whatever the name, whatever, however we know, right? This journey, 80 people, they went walking for 400 kilometers, right? So if you know where they ended up in, what is the name of that town in Gujarat, you will know the name of the place that they went to, what this is called, right? There is another name for it also, because what they did after they reached that coastal town.
So should we write both names, sir?
No, just one is it.
And the journey name தான் சரி எழுதணும்.
இப்போ 80 people 400 கிலோமீட்டர் நடந்து போயிருக்காங்க. அங்க அந்த குஜராத்ல ஒரு டவுன்ல ரீச் பண்ணி என்ன பண்ணாங்க, அதுதான் பேசிக்கலி क्वेश्चन. Here is question 6.
We can write either one of the answer, right?
Right. Either one will be correct. Okay. So as long as
should we write what is the journey called? The name of the journey?
Yeah, either the name of the journey, what they did once they reached the end of the journey, all that is fine. Right? It'll be almost the same. Right? Okay. Question 6. From which Indian city is this parody luxury brand of water made? So there are a lot of these fancy luxury brands of water all over the world. There's Perrier, Evian, all costing 300-400 rupees for a small bottle of water. Right? So just to make fun of that, the people from this particular city, they made this particular one. Look at the bottle there, look at the name of it. Tell me from which Indian city it was taken. It was made to highlight the toxic effects of a disaster that took place in the city in 1984. So all you have to do in this question, name an Indian city.
Sir, wait for a few minutes, sir.
Sure. Right? I think I'm giving enough time, fair time on every single question. Right? I don't think I moved too fast on any of the questions. That's why I'm not going to be moving through the questions very quickly. Okay. Moving on to question 7. All you had to name here was an Indian. Okay. So a Harry Potter spell used to cause irritation in a target's eye appropriately shares its name with an actual disease of the eye, right? So in Harry Potter, I am sure all of you are aware, is a series of books and movies where wizards cast spells and things like that. There's one particular spell, if they cast it, someone will get irritation in the eye, right? It'll get very itchy. What is the name of the spell or the name of the disease? You may know the name of the disease that features the name of a South Indian city, right? So think about it, eyes, disease, South Indian city. Think about what disease you can come up with and tell me the name of the spell from Harry Potter.
So you have to write both the questions or one.
There's only one question. Both are the same answer. Effect.
We have to name the spell of the city.
Both would be the same effect, right? Either you can give me the name of the disease with the city in it, or you can give me the other name of the spell, right? Both are fine.
Sir, next question, sir.
I'm going to give everyone sufficient time to answer every question, right?
Totally 20 questions, sir.
Yeah, 20 questions. Moving on to the next one. A Japanese brand called Kai has designed a plastic-free disposable version of what common item made using origami? Now, maybe all of you are too young to be using this yet, right? But certainly your father, your brothers will probably be using this thing, right? What is this thing? Essentially, it's a disposable one. You can fold it into shape, use it, and throw it away, right? So that it's more friendly on the environment. Otherwise, this thing normally has a lot of plastic.
So we have to write this name. Which object is this? We have to write the name.
Correct, yes.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you repeat another time, sir?
Yeah, so what I said was, this is a thing that will be there in everyone's household for sure. Maybe all of you are too young to be using it, but certainly your father, your brother, they would have used this thing, right?
Sir, so for some reason the docs page, it reloaded and all my progress is gone.
Okay, we'll see what can be done at the end. But for now, continue.
Sir, what should be the answer be, sir? What should we do in this?
You should figure out what is this thing they're making using origami. Okay.
Can you show the ninth question, sir?
Sir, we
Hold
should
on.
write the name of the
So we have
actual
to-
product or this thing that brand has created. Sir?
I don't really understand that question. Whatever you see, whatever's on the screen is what you need to answer.
Sir, actually, this object is only used by boys, no, sir, normally.
No, even women use it. Okay. All right.
So we have to write this product name or the brand name, sir.
There is no brand name, only whatever this thing is, right? It's not a brand, okay? Don't think of brands. It's a thing.
So you should write what the object is, right?
Yeah, what this thing is.
Sir, what that object is used for, sir?
Not what it's used for, what it is. So this is the poster to the 2020 Disney film that won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, called Soul. Look at the steps in this poster and tell me what they are meant to look like, right? Look at the poster. See that this man is standing in the top of some steps. What are those steps supposed to look like? Right?
Sir, can you write this? Sir, can you write that like in one word?
Sir, there are like two like.
You can write in one word, you can write in 2 words. That's up to you.
2 words also. Okay.
Yeah, 1 word, 2 words, all of it.
Sir,
Sir, can you please read the question again because I was getting a small call.
Okay, I'll read the question again. So this is the poster for the movie Soul, right? In the poster, you can see the man standing at the top of some steps. What are these steps supposed to look like? That is the question.
Can I give like or, sir? Either this or either that.
Sorry? No. If you give answers like that, I will accept whatever you've written first.
Okay.
Right? Only one answer is accepted.
So
What
I
question number is that?
Question number 9.
Sir, can you show the eighth question 1 second, sir? I will see and.
We'll see about what we can do. Okay. Please mute yourselves, everybody. If you make me mute, you won't be able to unmute, right? So I'm giving you all the freedom to unmute yourselves at the moment.
Sir, can you show me 7th question, sir?
We'll see, not right now. Okay.
Sir,
Not right.
Can you show me
Sir,
4th
1 second,
question?
can you show, sir?
No, not right now. We are going to carry forward with the quiz. If I'm going to show you something, I'll show you. I will take a call at the end. Not right. Moving on to question number 10.
Question and 5th question, sir.
Sorry?
Can you show 4th question and 5th question, sir?
No, as I said, we would not be running through the questions, but a lot of you have made requests. I will take a decision at the end of 20 questions. For right now, moving on to question. Which sports team logo is a combination of this symbol of the Pallava dynasty and this particular cement brand, right?
Sir, which sport?
Yeah, you have to give the name of a sporting team, right?
Which sport?
Yeah, which sporting team? That is the question. So look at that symbol that is there on the left, what kind of animal that might be, and kind of take that crown bit and put it together, try and picture it together. And then, yes.
We name sports team.
Sports team, yes. You need to tell me the name of a team. Okay, that is the question.
Sir,
Yes.
Today it's a sporting team, okay, sir.
Sporting team, yes.
sir, today itself you will see the results for this, sir.
Yes, today itself. We'll do the answers immediately after the prelims is over, and we'll take about an hour, hour and a half to correct all the papers. And the finals will be today itself. Okay.
Next question.
Question 11. This advocate and former judge of the Madras High Court is known for his work for helping those who could not afford expensive legal work. His work on a 1993 case inspired the plot of a 2021 movie starring a Sunny actor. So think about other languages, how you can say Sunny, right? Or Sun. Which film whose title references a freedom fighter is being talked about in this picture? That is the former advocate and Madras High Court judge.
Sir, should we read the actor's name?
No, you should name the movie.
Sir, we want to answer. We want to tell the advocate's name, sir.
Not the advocate's name. I want the name of a movie.
Okay, sir.
Right? 2021 movie.
Done,
In this particular picture, that is the advocate that is there on the right. On the left is the actor, right? So look at how that actor is dressed. That will also help you get to the movie, right? Lot of clues in the question. Think how else you can say Sunny in another language, in an Indian language, right?
Sir, actor name, sir?
I don't want the actor name at all, just the movie name. Okay, please read the question carefully. It says which film, right? I request all of you to read the question once before asking me questions like that.
Sir, right? We have to write the movie name, sir.
What is in the question?
Actor.
Actor is not in the question. What? Read the last line of the question carefully, please. Yeah, I request all of you to please read the question carefully before asking me the doubt of what to answer, right? It's always clearly written what you need to answer.
Sir, movie name we have to write, sir.
Sir, we want to write movie's name.
You write whatever you feel like you want to write. I'll see you based on the answer, right? Read the question, Papa, right? Okay. So the question is, once again, just for everybody's benefit, this is a very famous advocate of the Madras High Court, and he was also a justice at the Madras High Court as a judge, right? He used to help people who could not afford expensive legal work. In 1993, he took part in a very famous case, and that case is the same as the plot of a 2021 movie, right? Starring a Sunny actor. So what I said about Sunny, think about Sunny in another language, how else you can say it, you will get to the name of the actor. What I want, but as an answer finally, is the name of the movie, the 2021 movie. The title of the movie is a reference to a very famous freedom fighter, right? So you have to name the movie. Moving to question 12. Which coffee chain that sounds like space currency is the subject of this particular book? In India, this particular group is operated by the Tata Group.
Sir, should we write the brand's name?
Yeah, company, whatever this coffee chain is.
I got it, sir.
There are lots of these things in Chennai. In every mall, pretty much, there is one of these.
Yeah, sir. So should we write the brand name?
Yes, the brand. Right. What is the name of this coffee chain? The name of it sounds like space currency. Think along those lines. Okay. And in India, they're owned and operated by the Tata Group.
Sir, we should find the brand name, no, sir?
Yes. Once again, before asking me what you need to answer, please read the question. Right. Okay. Question 12 done. Question 13.
Sir,
Yes.
the previous questions, it tells like a book, sir. Should we write the book name?
No, it is. I don't want the book name. I want the name of the brand, the name of the coffee chain.
Okay, sir.
Young Jake is a social media influencer. He makes these fancy portraits of famous celebrities. As you can see there, that's Leonardo DiCaprio. On the right is Justin Bieber. How does he make these, or what does he use to make these things? Look carefully at your screen. It's something all of you would have used at some point, right? Look carefully at your screen. My voice is fine, I think. I think you have a bad connection because when you were speaking, I heard a cracking noise.
Sir, what do we write, sir?
Look at the pictures. What does he make his artworks with? You can see that he's made this painting, right? That is Justin Bieber.
The question again.
Sorry?
Sir, can you tell the question again?
Yes, I'm doing that. Right? So this is a guy named Young Jake. He makes these fancy portraits. Right? Look at these portraits. That's Leonardo DiCaprio on the left. That is Justin Bieber on the right. Right? If you look at the portraits carefully, he's used something very different to make his paintings. If you and me were to make a painting, what we'll use? We'll use watercolors, we'll use crayons, we'll use color pencils, right? He has made it using something different. Something from the world of...
we should put the answer what he used in that paintings.
Yes. And as I said, please read the question carefully once before asking me what you need to answer, right? Very clearly it says, please answer what he used to make the portrait. That doesn't matter for someone asking where you place apostrophes.
All the parts.
Sorry?
Sir, not read from what this is made.
Yeah, you have to identify.
Write the website name, sir.
No, I didn't say anything about any website. I just asked you how he makes these portraits. So what does he use to make these portraits? I said, look carefully at the pictures. Okay. Question 14. So this golfer is known for taking these unique poses on the golf course. What is his nickname? Because of his resemblance to a Marvel superhero that was there in 2021. Look at the way he's posing on the grass. He's taking these very interesting poses. And tell me what his nickname is, because he looks just like a Marvel superhero when he does this, right? So the name of the Marvel superhero and his nickname are one and the same, right? Okay.
Sir, Spider-Man name what are
I'm not going to respond to that. Right? Please look at the picture carefully. And as this is why I say, please don't unnecessarily ask questions to which you already know the answer, right? You already know what you have to write. If you needlessly ask me questions on the mic, this is what will end up happening.
Sir?
Yes.
Only the superhero should be written.
Yes. The name of the superhero is enough. The same nickname, his nickname is the same as that of the superhero. Okay.
Sir, can we write
Write a normal superhero name, sir.
Yes.
Sir, write the name also.
What name?
No,
Superhero name. Superhero. That's a nickname is the Marvel superhero. Same. Okay. Question 15. So this is a recently released original web series about two pioneers of the Indian nuclear program. Which boy is the actor on the left portrayed? So this guy, I want, who is he playing? So this is in a TV series, right? He is playing a real life person, right? Which real life person is he playing in this web series? Look at him, look at the way he looks. This is a show about the Indian nuclear program. I've used the word rocket boy. Look at how he looks. Should be familiar to all of you. All of you would have seen someone that looks like this. Who is he supposed to look like? That is a question.
Sir, should we write the actor's name who acted this role, sir?
Is that what the question says? Who is he portraying? Who is he playing on the screen? Right? Who is this man playing in this web series? Question number 16. Shown here is an American entrepreneur demonstrating the safety of this thing that he created. What is this thing that he created? Because of which we were able to build skyscrapers. Before that, skyscrapers were not possible because it was impossible to climb such heights. Right? What did he invent? We don't need his name. We just need to tell me what he invented. You can see it in the picture there, what he invented. This is a very, very old version. The ones that we have are a little more fancy, right? Because this guy invented this thing, we were able to build skyscrapers, right? Skyscrapers are basically very large buildings, okay?
Sir, one time repeat it, sir.
Yeah. In this particular picture that you see there at the bottom of the screen, this man is showing how safe what his invention is, right? Because he invented this thing, we were able to build skyscrapers. Skyscrapers are basically very, very tall buildings, right? Before that, very, very tall buildings, there was no point in building them because no one could reach the top, right? Now think about that and think about what is this thing that he invented. This is obviously a very, very old one. The modern ones that we have a little more fancy, little more high tech. Right?
Next question.
Sorry.
Next question.
Okay, moving on. Question 17. It is believed that people will throw balls of something at the statues of gods to fulfill their wish. Right? So what happened once is an English officer who was there in India saw this and he coined a very famous idiom. Which famous idiom is this? Right? So what is happening? The gods wanted something. So people used to put balls of this on the gods, on the idols of the gods. Right? What if you can figure out what that is, you'll understand that it is how we got this phrase, why we use this phrase. Right?
What question number, sir?
Question 17. Okay.
Sir, can you tell the question again?
You have to tell me the name of what you have to write as the answer is an English idiom, right? Idiom means, for example, pass with flying colors, right? That is a phrase that people use to say that you did very well, right? Just like that, what is this idiom? That came because gods apparently wanted something. So people would take balls of something and kind of rub it all over the idols. And this is how this English phrase came to be. Moving on to question 18. If an annual Indian ceremony begins at this building in New Delhi, where would it beat to a retreat, right? What that means is where would it stop? But I use that phrase because it can help you figure out what
Sir,
Indian
what
time.
painting we have to write as, sir?
Yeah. So there is something that happens. It's a ceremony or a celebration. It starts here at this building. You have to tell me where it stops. That is the question. If it starts here, where does it stop? That is the question.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, I have to write that place name?
Yes, a place.
Okay, sir.
Right? It's another building, if it helps. Right? That is the name of the place. It's another building. Yeah. Something that happened very recently. All of you should know. Very, very recently. It happens every year in India. The most recent time happened not too far back. Right? Maybe a few days back. Okay. Question number 19 coming up. Recent memes mocking this tennis star having trouble in Australia, they replaced the K in his first name with an X to highlight his vaccination status. Right? Which 20-time Grand Slam winner is being talked about. Right? So it's all over the news. The Australian Open, the finals is happening day after tomorrow, or tomorrow rather. This player was in trouble because of his vaccination status. The country in Australia did not allow him in because of his vaccination status. So a lot of people made memes removing the last K in his name and put an X there instead. Right? Who is this person that has won 20 Grand Slam tennis titles? Right? Who is that? You just have to name a tennis player.
Sir, we have to write the player's name.
Hello.
What does the question say? Right?
Sir, we should write his own name, sir.
Right, whatever you feel like, we'll see. Okay, final question of the quiz coming up. Question number 20. What 9-letter Tamil word for one's big brother, generally not just, it means big brother literally, but it's also used generally as a term of respect, would you know thanks to its title as a 2021 film? Right?
Sir,
Yes, Santosh.
please explain Tamil, sir.
I'm sorry, the quiz is meant to be an English medium quiz.
Sir, can we submit the quiz?
You can if you want to.
Sir, could you? I've misplaced my order in the question, so could you?
We'll hold on. Let this question complete its time.
Yes, sir.
So what you need is the name of a 2021 movie, right? What it means literally is big brother in Tamil. It's a 9-letter word, right? You can maybe spell it with 8 letters also. That's okay. 8 or 9 letters.
Can you tell the question again?
I'm doing that right now, right? Please pay attention. This is a 9-letter Tamil word, right? What it means is big brother. You know it because it is used as a term of respect, right? But also the name of a 2021 movie. Yeah, it's okay if the spelling is wrong, as long as you're closer.
Sir, is
Okay.
there anything like who submitted?
Sir, can I submit the?
Nothing
this
about who
form?
submitted first matters. You can submit it if you want to, but as I said, a lot of you requested for a rerun. It'll be very, very quick. I'll just say a couple of words about the questions and come back and move on. Okay. So we're moving back from question 1 very, very quickly. Okay. First question. Which landmark in Chennai, named after this Tamil poet, wrote 1300? You have to name a landmark in Chennai. It's also an area. Whose pet is this? That is also in a 2022 movie. It's the star of a 2022 movie, right? Whose pet? The question is whose pet? Which superhero's pet? Question 3. Which audio streaming app that has been described as the Wi-Fi logo but in green slightly crooked? So picture this thing, green slightly turned. Question 4, name this animal that gets its name because it has a long nose that makes it look like another mammal that you'll find in both Asia and Africa. Question 5, what is this journey of about 400 kilometers taken by roughly 80 people and it ended in a coastal town in Gujarat?
Sir,
You can
can
either
you show
tell
the
me.
first question alone,
No,
sir?
I cannot. I'm sorry. This is the second rerun. If you missed it again, I'm sorry. How do we know this journey better? You can either tell me how we know this or what they did once they reached that coastal town in Gujarat. Both will be fine. Question 6. From which Indian city was this taken? It was made to highlight the toxic effects of a disaster that took place in the city in 1984. Which Indian city? Look at the name of that bottle. Question 7. You either tell me the name of the spell or the name of the disease. Either is fine. Question 8. What is this thing made using origami? Question 9. What are the steps in this poster supposed to look like? Question 10. Which sporting team's logo is a combination of these two things? It's a cement brand, and that's a symbol of the Pallava dynasty. Question 11. Please tell me the title of a 2021 movie. Question 12. Name a coffee chain brand that's there in Chennai very much. All the malls have it. And in India is owned by the Tata Group. What is used to make these particular paintings? As I said, he didn't use paint or crayons or things like that. What you or me might use. He used something different. How did he make these things? Who is the actor on the left supposed to be playing, right? He's playing a real life person on the screen. Who is he supposed to look like, or who is he playing? That is the question. Question 16. What invention that allowed us to have skyscrapers is this?
Sir, previous question, sir, 15 questions, sir. In that, which one should we name, sir? Left side or right side, sir?
Left side. Question 17. Which popular English idiom is this that gets its story from this? Question 18. If this building is where something starts, in which building will it end? Right? That is the question. Question 19. Name this 20-time Grand Slam winner that has had trouble because of his vaccination status. Question 20. What 9-letter Tamil word that means one's big brother? Generally used as a term for respect. You need not only use it.
Ma'am, can you show this? Sorry, sir, can you show the 17th question again?
I'm sorry, I cannot.
Can you show
this
the
is
18th question, sir?
No, I cannot. I'm sorry.
What
That's
is the close date of the quiz, sir?
Sorry.
What is the close time of the quiz, sir?
So I've just stopped sharing my screen. I'm going to start counting down from 10. When I finish counting,
Sir, I submitted, sir.
Yeah, everybody please submit your answers now. I've received only 60 odd responses. Please, everyone submit your answers now. You have 10 seconds more, after which I'll close the responses and you won't be able to submit your answer sheet. Right? Everybody please submit your answers now.
Submitted, sir.
Okay. Last countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last call. If anybody is
Sir,
having...
1 second, sir. I'm just filling in my contact number, please, sir. Just give me 1 second, sir.
Please.
If there is, sir. Just sorry, sir. Just my name, sir. Just a second, sir. I'm extremely sorry, sir.
Okay, please quickly.
I'm done with all my answers, sir.
I've received about 150 responses so far.
Yes, sir. I've submitted, sir. I'm extremely sorry for
168 participants. So the rest of you,
Sir, I
I'm
have
very
submitted, sir.
okay.
Sir, I have submitted, sir.
All right. So I see 152 responses so far. For those of you who have not yet submitted, I'm sorry. I'm going to be closing the form now. Yes.
Sir, when I press submitted, it's all the answers are gone, sir. When I press
Did it show response accepted?
Yes, sir.
And then that's it.
The response has been recorded.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Response has been recorded.
Okay. Okay. I'm closing the form now.
Sir, can we close that Google form page, sir?
Yeah, you can. Okay. So I've closed. I'm sorry, I've closed all the responses, right? You will not be able to send any more answers. 154 responses I've received. Now we'll quickly do the answers before I send you, before we will decide what next step is. Okay.
So with this period, shall we switch off our camera if you want?
Now you can switch it off if you like, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, here are the answers to the questions. Question 1, anybody?
Tiruvallur district.
No, Vallur Kottam.
Vallur Kottam is right.
Vallur Kottam.
So something in Chennai. Tiruvallur is a different district altogether. Vallur Kottam is what I was looking for. So that's Tiruvallur, who wrote the Tirukural, which is this 4,300 couples.
Right, sir.
Right, and Vallur Kottam. Whose pet is this? Superman is correct.
Next correct.
This is Superman's pet.
Spotify.
Spotify is correct. So this is the logo of Spotify, right? The crooked Wi-Fi logo.
Elephant walrus.
Seal is the name of the animal. Elephant walrus.
Sir, is elephant walrus accepted?
No, it's not a walrus. It's a seal. Seal is not enough.
Sir, I have put a sea elephant.
Seal.
Elephant, correct.
Okay.
Right.
So it's actually also called
Elephant, seal, bull.
Elephant seal is the only. I'm sorry. Elephant seal is the only two-word answer I am accepting.
Elephant is accepted, sir.
What is this?
Dandi March.
Dandi March.
Dandi March.
Satyagraha is correct.
Satyagraha alone is not enough. Salt Satyagraha.
If we give any of these Satyagraha.
Sir,
I wrote Namak Satyagraha. Sir, I put Salt Satyagraha, so it is right, sir.
Salt Satyagraha is there on the screen, no, Baba? Yes.
Sir, I wrote any of these two.
Your answer, you don't need to clarify each and every single one of your guesses. Don't worry, I'll look at all the answers separately, right? If I feel it is correct, I'll give you points.
Okay? Sir, I wrote only Dandi, sir.
We'll see if we have to give you points. That was not good. Which Indian city?
Bhopal.
Is correct.
Bhopal.
Bhopal is correct.
Sir, should we write Bhopal or Stanford or the Bhopal
Conjunctivitis.
This is conjunctivitis.
Yes, sir.
Conjunctivitis first. Sir, Madras, sir.
Yeah, conjunctivitis.
Madras.
That's okay. What is this thing?
Razor.
Okay, if we write shaving blade, sir.
Yeah, shaving blade is also. That's okay.
I wrote shavers, sir. Is
I
that
wrote razors. Razor, shaver.
Razor, sir.
I am.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Actually, I wrote disposable razors also. Is that okay?
As long as the word razor is there, that's okay.
Sir, I wrote shavers.
Piano keys.
Piano.
Hello. I wrote piano. Sir, I wrote only piano, sir.
First piano keys. If it comes to a tie.
Sir, if keyboard.
I wrote keyboard keys.
Keyboard is okay. Keyboard, I wrote key.
Okay, children, please understand that I can't listen to everyone's answers and tell whether each one is correct or not here, right? I can only give. Again, please listen, pay attention. Please, everyone, pay attention. I cannot clarify whether each and every single one of your answers is correct here on the call, right? For right now, whatever you see on the screen is what I'll accept as an answer. If you have written something close to that, you will mostly get.
Sir, I wrote harmonium.
Sir?
It's correct, sir.
Harmonium is not right. It's definitely not a harmonium.
Sir?
Right?
Sir, I have
Again,
wrote piano. Is it
Ganesh,
correct?
what did I just say? That I cannot clarify whether every
Piano
single.
is correct,
Children, please don't make me. Children, please don't make me mute all of you. Right? I want you all to be able to answer the questions out loud. But if you are going to continue to clarify whether what I wrote is correct or what I wrote is wrong, I will mute all of you and I will just show the answers and go. Right? I don't want to do that. Okay. Which sporting team is this?
Real Madrid.
Chennai Super Kings is correct. So that is the Coromandel Kings Cements, and this is of course the Pallava Lion, which is how you get Chennai Super Kings. Here is question number 11. Which movie is this?
Hey Beam
is correct. That was Surya, which is why I said sunny actor, right?
Chandru.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and that is the Justice Chandru as well.
Starbucks.
Correct. What does he use to make
Sir,
these things? Emojis is correct. Yeah, which superhero? Spider-Man is correct.
Vikram Sarabhai. Vikram Sarabhai.
Vikram Sarabhai is correct. What is this? Elevator or lift? Escalator. If anybody wrote escalator, that is
Butter someone up. Butter someone up.
So butter someone up is correct. So this is, they used to put butter on the idols, right? And that's how you get the phrase to butter someone up, because you want to get something done, you butter them up, right? Question 18.
Red Fort.
Fort is correct.
India Gate.
No, Red Fort. This is where the the question was where it ended very clearly. That is what I said.
Answer is Red Fort.
Beat. The question was phrase beats to a retreat. To tell you that's where it ends. This happens at Red Fort. Ends the ceremony ends at Red Fort. The procession ends. Novak Djokovic is right. They changed the K to an X because Novaks, right? He did not vaccinate, and that's why he wasn't allowed to participate in the Australian Open. Question number 20. Annate is correct. So that is the movie. So we end.
Sir, there are some spelling mistakes.
That's okay as long as you're close enough. Okay. That is the end of the prelims now. Team from SRM, could you please take over, tell the children what to do next? It will take about 1 hour to get the results.
Sir, we request you to announce the name for the final round. It's over to you, sir.
Is this audio better? Are you able to hear now? Okay, great. Right. So, yeah. So what I was saying was the results have been, it took me nearly 1 hour to go through all the answer sheets. I went through every answer of every person that they submitted. Let me say that it was a very high scoring prelims, that a lot of people did very, very well. Some people were very, very close. I'm not going to be announcing the cutoff or telling you how much people scored. And also, I'm very sad to see that a lot of people did use unfair methods like Google. It was very, very plainly obvious. Those that did, they were unfortunately disqualified. Some questions were made in such a manner that if you Google this, you'll get that particular wrong answer, and many people wrote that particular wrong answer. Right? I told you as such at the start of the prelims. So if I saw that immediately on the spot disqualification, I didn't bother to look at the rest of the answers. Right? That being said, we do have our top 6 finalists. What I request is everyone, please switch off your videos, and only finalists who I call only they are to switch on their videos for the rest of the quiz, right? For the finals, only the finalists should have their video on. Okay. Everybody else, please switch off your videos. This is because we need only their videos to be visible on the screen, right? So qualifying first as participant number 1 is Raghav Manikam from PSBB Millennium OMR. Are you here? If you are, please switch on your video. Okay, great. Right. Qualifying next is Siddhant Palini from Devi Academy Secondary School. Are you here? Right. Qualifying, if yeah, finalists, please keep your video on once I've called on you. Right. Next, Harshad R from AMM Matriculation School, qualifying as participant number 3. Harshad R, are you there in the call? Okay, Harshad is here. Next is Akshat Iyer, again from Devi Academy Secondary School. Here, please switch on your video. Next is Ash Shruti from Chinmaya Vidyalaya. If you're here, please switch on your video. Okay. And finally, Jessica Susan from Spartan International School. Please switch on your video. Jessica Susan, are you here? Last call for Jessica Susan. If you're not here, I will have to call the next person in line. Is anyone from Spartan International here who can tell me whether Jessica's on the call? Okay, that's
Yes, sir, she's there.
okay. You don't need to unmute, you need to switch on your video. Yeah, okay. Right. Now, yeah, right. Thank you. These are your 6 finalists. Raghav is participant number 1, Siddhant is participant number 2, Shruti is participant number, Harshad is participant number 3, Akshat is participant number 4, Shruti is participant number 5, Jessica is participant number 6, right? So all the finalists, please keep your videos on. And now I want you all, before we even start the finals, this is what I would need. Everyone needs to sit in a manner such that I can see both of your hands, right? Both your hands need to be visible on the screen at all times. If at any point it becomes, teachers, if you can help me with this, please watch the videos of all the finalists, right? If their hands go out of visible, we'll give them 1 warning, 2 warnings, 3rd time if I have to warn you, I will disqualify you, right? Is that clear? Yeah. For whatever reason, you have no reason to put your hands down. This is how you should keep your hands, right? Please don't make me be like a policeman, keep saying hands up, right? Everybody, please keep your hands visible. Throughout the quiz, all 6 of you should stay unmuted, right? You have no reason to go on mute. All 6 of you should stay not on unmute, right? I see all 6 of you are muted at the moment. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, you have no reason to mute yourself. Please keep yourself unmuted. If you're in a place with a lot of noise, please go and sit somewhere where there's no noise, because these are the rules of the quiz to make things fair for everybody. Okay.
Can I just open my curtains and come?
Yeah, that's okay. You can do that. Right. Hands visible at all screen. Teachers, are you there? Okay. Teachers, my request to all of you is please keep your eyes on the participants.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Sir, can I take a moment to adjust my camera, sir?
Sorry?
Sir, can I take a moment to adjust my camera?
Okay. Right. Teachers, your instruction is please keep an eye on all the participants. I want their hands visible. If their hands, if their hands are not visible, please tell me, or please tell them directly to raise their hands. Harshad, for example, I don't see your hands, right? Yeah, I mean, you won't be able to sit like this,
follow
right?
the instructions given by our quiz master.
Keep it at the table. Yeah, others, you can feel free to leave the meeting, but please do stay and watch the finals. We do request you to stay and watch the finals.
Can you give me a minute? I will adjust my camera.
Okay. Adjust your cameras, do whatever you need to before the final starts, but hands should be visible to me at all times, right? That is the most important rule. And as I said, everyone is to stay unmuted throughout the full quiz. You have no reason to go on mute, right? If you go on mute without telling me, I will assume that there is a malpractice happening. Again, I'll warn you once, I'll warn you twice. If I feel there's a malpractice taking place, I'll have no choice but to disqualify, right? I hope I'm making myself clear in terms of the rules, right? Because it's an on, yes,
Sir,
yes.
all the participants, we can get the participant certificate, sir.
You will get it. The school will send it, right? Okay. Everybody will get a participation certificate. The school will send it, right?
So we
Now,
can leave, sir.
yeah, those who have not qualified, you can leave the call.
Sir, 1 minute.
But-
Every participant will be given an e-certificate. So students, please stay back and follow the instruction given by the quiz master till the session gets in. Are you clear? Okay, thank you.
So for all the people who are here as audience, for you only 2 rules. Don't switch on your videos at any point. Don't unmute and say answers out loud, right? Okay. Right. Those are your 2 rules. Audience, also all please mute yourself. Someone is unmuted. I can hear the background noise. Everybody please mute yourself, right? Finalists, I hope all of you are prepared. You can see your hands. Unmute and keep everyone. Siddhant and Harshad, you're on mute. Please unmute yourselves. Yeah, Siddhant I see is unmuted. Harshad is unmuted. Good. Everybody is ready to go. Scorers are ready, ma'am. Scorers are ready? Scorers are ready? Okay, great. All right, I see, yes. Okay, thank you. Right. Someone else is still unmuted. Whoever that is, please mute yourself. Otherwise, the host, if you can help me find out who's unmuted and mute them, please. Right. Here's how the finals will work. All questions. Yeah, once again, thank you very much to the team of Scintilla Q, all the teachers at SRM Nightingale who helped organize this event. Special thanks to Sundar sir for calling me back year after year to make this event a grand success. It's been a great journey to be a part of this quiz, one of the most prestigious quizzing events that happen annually in Chennai. And I'm glad to see we're continuing even though the struggles of the coronavirus. Right? So this format we will follow something called infinite bounds, right? So how infinite bounds works is we'll start with team number 1, which will be Raghav, right? So once Raghav, say question number 1 will go to Raghav, say Raghav doesn't know. Participant number 2 is Siddhant, Siddhant doesn't know. Participant number 3 is Harshad. Now Harshad finally gives me whatever the correct answer is, right? Then the next question will go to participant number 4, which would be Akshat, right? Understood? So I have no control over who gets what question. Questions will pass as and when they are answered, right? It's plus 10 for a complete correct answer. If there are 2 parts, you need to give me both parts for 10 points. If it's half a correct answer, you'll get 5 points. I'll use my discretion and give points where required. Okay?
Is there any negative marking in this round?
No negative marking whatsoever throughout the quiz, right?
And how many rounds are there?
2 rounds of 12 questions each. Okay, 24 questions in total in the finals, right? Everybody ready? All finalists, are you ready? Okay, great. Question number 1, coming to Raghav. Here is your question. Kairacy is a Chennai-based NGO that helps differently able artists gain recognition. One way by which they have done this is including the paintings on the container of something that we all from Chennai have enjoyed, right? This has largely not been available because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Wherever you get this thing, it has been closed, right? On the cover of what will you see the paintings of Kairacy artists? So I'm going to show you a picture. Everybody please pay close attention to the picture, right? So these are all the people behind Kairacy. The thing that you see in the center, that is a bigger version, right? whatever normally it is something that you can hold in your hands. It's not this big normally, right? So think about it. What is this thing? Then look at the background. See if you can figure out where they're posing this picture, right? Look at the background. Think about where this is and then tell me what this item is, right? Where they have included the paintings of differently able artists so that more people can see the work of people who are differently able. These artists who are blind, who maybe don't have a hand and things like that, right? So they wanted
Can you
to
go
make,
back to the question?
yeah, I'll go back to the question. The question is on what is that thing in the center? A large version of, essentially, right? That is the question, right? So I'll give every person roughly 30 seconds on a direct question and maybe about 5 seconds on the pass, right? So look at this thing once again for all the participants. Look at this thing. This is a very large version of whatever it is. This is not the normal size of it. Normally you can hold it in your hands, right? Look at the background and try and figure out where all this is happening, and then tell me what this thing in the center is. That is your question, essentially, right? What is that thing in the center? All of you would have seen it. All of you would have enjoyed it. I'll add as an extra clue. Whatever this is an eatable item. It's something you can eat. Okay. So I want a very specific answer. Raghav?
Yes.
Whenever you're ready, please give me an answer. I'll wait. I'll give you another. Yeah, go on.
Is it a tiffin box?
Tiffin box? Not quite. Question passes to Siddharth. You have a guess? Sorry?
Sir, is it VR glasses?
Okay. Harshad?
I think it's movie popcorn.
Where?
In a theater popcorn.
If it's Chennai, which theater might it be? And Harshad? Again, okay.
Satyam Cinemas.
Satyam Cinemas is correct. 10 points. Satyam Popcorn is correct. That's where they have put the work of all these artists, and that's what lets you see. Okay. Now, Harshad and Jessica, I don't see both of your hands on the screen. This is your count this as your first warning, right? If I have to warn you again, we'll have to take stricter action. Understood? Okay. Right? Question 1 is in the books. 10 points to Harshad. Score is okay? Ma'am, you'll have to unmute and tell me because I can't see the chat. Score is okay? 10 points to Harshad. Okay. I'll assume you got it because I'm not able to keep score, ma'am. I have to keep my phone to see the order and I have to operate the laptop as well. I'm not able to keep score. I hope you're keeping score. Just let me know if you have any confusion. Okay? 10 points to Harshad. Next question to Akshat. Okay, Akshat, this is your question coming. Dresses like these are inspired by the habits of pufferfish. So what the pufferfish does, if it is threatened, it will just expand, right? But in recent times, the dress makes a different purpose, right? What is the purpose that young women might feel threatened by? What does this dress help to? So this is a picture of the dress. So as you can see, starts out small and kind of expands, right? Why do people wear this dress, or what is the reason for this dress? That is the question, right? Siddhant, please stop touching your camera. Yeah, the audience, please request you to mute. Right now. So,
sir, I'm not having charge, sir. Can I leave, sir?
Yeah.
Sir,
yeah.
I think it's to prevent the whoever is the threatener to avoid them. Just to,
okay, let me just clarify. Let me just clarify something. Tell me recently, that is over the last 2 years, why this dress comes in handy.
I didn't get you, sir.
Over the last 2 years, why does this dress come in handy? Okay, that is the question.
Sir, due to Corona, social distancing.
That is absolutely right. 10 points to Akshat. So this is to keep people socially distanced.
Or not, sir?
Right? Brilliant answer there by Akshat. 10 points. Siddhant, there is a background noise coming from you. Wherever you are, can you please just check around you? I can hear. Yeah, there is. It's coming from.
Qualified students left or not, sir?
If you want your certificate, please stay on the call. Right. That is, right. Okay. So 10 points to Akshat. Next question to Shruti. Okay, Shruti, your question is coming up. Two parts to this question. The mineral known as armalcolite. Its name is a combination of the first three people that might have seen this mineral in the first place, and they saw it in 1969. Where might you find this mineral, and who is it named after? So who is it named after? You don't need to give me all the three names. If you can, that's great. But you have to tell me something more about how those three names are involved with this mineral. Okay? So that is your question. This is the mineral here at the bottom of your screen. Look at the name, armalcolite, 1969. Where would you find it? And then tell me after whom it's named. Okay. Question to Shruti. Jessica, please keep your hands visible. Yes, Shruti.
I didn't know.
So shall I pass you?
Yeah.
Okay, Jessica, do you have a guess? Jessica? Only 5 seconds on a pass. I'll pass you if you don't have a guess.
Yeah.
Okay, Raghav?
Yeah, so armalcolite, I think it's a mineral found on the moon, and armalcolite is like it combines the names of Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and I forgot the third astronaut.
What is their connection to the moon?
It's because these three men visited the moon and they collected this mineral from the moon.
10 points to Raghav there. So Raghav gets 10 points. Brilliant answer. This is found on the moon. And it's a combination of the first three astronauts that went and touched the moon. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Larry Collins. And that's how this particular thing gets its name. Plus 10 to Raghav. Siddhant, this is your direct. Question number 4 coming. Reefs are a natural ecosystem that serves as homes to millions of marine life. The reefs in New York have been damaged mainly due to man-made interference. However, the city of New York has made use of something that is no longer of use for the city, and they have made artificial reefs, right? So what form of transportation is used to create these artificial reefs? This is how they have made the artificial reefs. This is the image. Look at it carefully. What have they used to make these artificial reefs so that the marine animals can live? Right? It is something that you will find not just in New York, you will find in most of the major cities of the world, including in Chennai, whatever this thing is. Right? So that is your question. What is used to make these artificial reefs that you see in the picture? Siddhant, this is your question.
Thermocol.
Sorry?
Thermocol.
Thermocol. I'll pass you to Harshad.
Trains.
You want to be more specific?
Metro trains, maybe trams.
Harshad gets 10 points there. These are absolutely metro trains or subway cars. So essentially, after the subway cars have become old, they serve no purpose for transport. So what they do, they'll push them in the water, and so that fish can use them to live. Right? So 10 points to Harshad. Brilliant answer. Next question coming up to Akshat. This charity uses the millions in donations to help older patients who can't afford their own hospice care to have access to world-class facilities. The organization is named for the first woman scientist to have won a Nobel Prize and the only woman to have 2 Nobel Prizes. What is the name of this charity, or what is the name of the personality?
Marie Curie is the name of the person.
And that will get you 10 points. Well done, Akshat. 10 points to Akshat. This is, in fact, Marie Curie. And that's the name of this famous NGO in the UK as well. Next question coming up to Shruti. Okay. Here is your question. The summit and the high cliff are two resident complexes that you'll find in Hong Kong. What is it named after? Basically, the two buildings have a nickname. Right? They get this nickname because they're long, they're close together, and there are two of them. Right? So this is how the buildings look like. Right? They're long, they're thin, and there are two of them. Look at the fact that this is happening in Hong Kong. Right? It could have happened in China also, or maybe even Japan. Now try and put all of what I said together. There are two of them. They're long, they're thin. And the fact that this is in an Asian country like Hong Kong is why it's called this. Right? What is the nickname of these two buildings? It's again something you would have seen if you went for a night out to eat. Okay. Shruti, do you have an answer?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me. Siddhant Palani, can you check your side? There is some noise.
Yeah, there's a noise that's constantly been coming.
Yeah. Siddharth Palani, please check your side.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Right. While Siddhant is getting his noise fixed, yeah. Shruti, do you have an answer?
No.
You don't want to take a guess? No? Okay, Jessica?
It's the nicknames, right?
Yeah, nickname of the building. The building's names are given there. Okay? Yeah. So, Jessica, do you have a guess? No? Okay, Raghav?
The Twin Towers.
Very nice guess, but not right. Siddhant?
Chopsticks.
Chopsticks is absolutely right. So this is called the Chopsticks buildings because there are two of them. They're long, they're thin, and as I said, something you can see on a night out and would have been applicable even in Japan or just China. Right? 10 points to Siddhant. Good answer there. Next direct coming up to Harshad. Harshad, your direct. So, ma'am, are the scores ready? If not, we'll move on to the next question. Yeah, Siddhant, you'll have to stay unmuted. It's okay even if that noise is there. I prefer you stay unmuted. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm guessing the scores aren't ready yet. Ma'am, please keep the scores ready by question number 12. Okay, to read out. Yeah? So we'll skip the scores for now. Right?
Hello,
Scores are ready? Okay, hold on 1 second. 1 second, please hold on. 1 second, please hold on. Yeah, for this, Siddhant, please mute while you're reading this. Mute yourself, Siddhant. Yeah, go on, ma'am. Please read the scores.
Yeah, Raghav gets 10 points.
Raghav is on 10.
And Siddhant on 10.
Siddhant is on 10.
Arshad on 20.
Harshad is on 20.
Akshat also on 20.
Akshat is also on 20.
Shruti and Jessica have 8 to score.
Shruti and Jessica yet to score. Okay, got it. Right. So those are the scores. I think they're all correct. Yeah, Siddhant, yes. You can go ahead and unmute it. Right. Siddhant, please unmute yourself. Right. Okay. Here comes the next question. Direct is to Harshad. Okay, Harshad, please be ready. Here comes your question. Picture the CC, the world's first cloned feline. What does CC expand to? A slang you might use if someone is mirroring your every move or if they're cheating of your test.
So can I tell the answer?
Yeah, you can answer.
I think it's copycat.
Copycat is correct. So it's called CC because it's the first copied cat. And that's why it's called copycat, which is also a slang you might use if someone copies from you. 10 points to Harshad there. Akshat, here is your question.
Yeah.
Hallstatt is a village that has some 780 people that live in it. Right? It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Austria and has become a major tourist site over the last about, let's say, 7-8 years. Almost 10 years actually. Right? This is because people say that a place called Arendelle, that is there in a part of a famous movie franchise, is filmed there or was based on that place. Which movie franchise? I'll show you a couple of images of Arendelle or Hallstatt. This is how the place looks like.
Sir, the answer is Frozen, the movie.
10 points to you, Akshat. Brilliant answer. This is, of course, Frozen, right? This is where the place of Frozen is supposed to look like, right? And that's how it gets. 10 points to Akshat. Next question coming up to Shruti. Okay. Question number 9. What from the world of nature is this part of the Mumbai International Airport inspired by? So look at it. It's something from the natural world. Look at that. It's going up like this and spreading out. And all those little dots that look like eyes there. What could it possibly be? Something from the world of nature. Let me say, don't think about plants. Okay? It's nothing to do with plants.
Can I answer?
Yeah, sure.
Is it peacock feathers?
Brilliant answer there. 10 points to Shruti. This is, in fact, peacock feathers. Right? So it's the peacock feathers or tail. That's how this part of the Mumbai airport gets its name. Brilliant sight to see. If you get a chance to see it, please take a look. Jessica, here is your direct. So Werner Herzog, he is a very famous director, right? What he did, he made this documentary movie called Encounters at the End of the World. After that, he became the only director to do something. Right? What was he the first director to do? And so far, only director to do. Right? So you'll have to explain after you finish shooting this movie or this documentary, what special distinction did this guy get? So you'll have to give a little bit of an explanation as your answer. So look at the fact that the movie is called Encounters at the End of the World. Think about which place that might be talking about. Look at the poster. And then give me a nice guess. Jessica, do you have a guess? Jessica, do you have a guess? Okay, I'll pass you then. Raghav?
Is he the only director to cross Antarctica or film at Antarctica?
Close enough. I'll give you the 10 points. Essentially, he's the first director to do film on all 7 continents, but he was also the first director to film in Antarctica. So 10 points to Raghav. And next question coming up to Siddhant. Siddhant? So this is a device that is named the Fresnel lens. Okay. So what it does, if light comes into it, it will reflect and then refract, which means spread in a wide direction. Right. So what happens is small amount of light goes in, and a nice concentrated amount of light goes out. Right? These kind of lights are used for one particular location or in one particular place. You'll find in a lot of cities, including Chennai. Chennai also has a very famous one of these. Right? Where would you find this used, or where are these type of lenses used? Right? Think about it. It's something that a small amount of light goes in, and a nice wide beam that makes that light very visible goes out. Right? Where is it used? Okay.
Can you show the image?
Yeah, this is the image. This is the image here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Siddhant, do you have a guess?
Lighthouse.
Is absolutely right. 10 points to you. So this is essentially lighthouses. So this is how lighthouses get out that far and wide light so that boats can see from far away. Right? 10 points to you there, Siddhant. Next question to Harsha. Last question of the round. Sisters for Change was a social media campaign that urged sisters to hand over something along with their Rakhi to their brothers. This Raksha Bandhan, right? The campaign was the brainchild of K. Kavita, right, who was from Nizamabad and was very concerned about the well-being of these people. Right? They wanted their brothers to be well. So take a look at this image, and what exactly was this program asking sisters to gift their brothers during Rakhi? That is roughly the size of it. You can picture from there. Look at the fact that they're concerned about their safety and give me an answer. Okay, that's right. Sorry?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Is it helmet?
What did you say?
Is it helmet because of traffic accidents?
That is absolutely right. 10 points to you. These are in fact helmets. So they ask people to give their sisters to give helmets so that their brothers are safe, and especially those traveling by bike. So if you have an older brother or a father who travels by motorbike often, make sure that they get a helmet. Right. So that's the halfway point of the quiz. Can we have the scores?
Raghav gets 20 points.
Raghav is on 20.
Raghav gets 20 points. Siddhant gets 20.
Siddhant is on 20.
And Arshad is on 40.
Arshad is on 40.
Akshat is on 30.
Akshat is on 30.
Shruti is on 10.
Shruti is on 10.
Jessica yet to score.
Jessica's yet to score. Okay. 12 more questions to go. This time we'll be going anti-clockwise. Okay, so that means we'll start with Jessica and we'll go up to Raghav. Everybody clear?
Is this also an infinite bounds?
Yeah, infinite bounds. Right? Infinite bounds. This question is first question coming to Jessica. Right? So I'm going to show you a picture from the 2018 movie Black Panther. Right? Features Prince T'Challa is in conversation with his ancestors. So the look and feel of this scene is supposed to be from another classic Disney movie whose title also features another big cat. Right? These are the scenes, these particular scenes are from Black Panther, are supposed to be a reference to another very famous Disney movie. Which Disney movie? Okay, Jessica, I'll take an answer now. Yes, please. Sorry? You'll have to speak louder, Jessica.
Question, sir.
Huh?
Pass the question, sir.
Pass. Okay. Yeah, Shruti?
Lion King.
Lion King is absolutely right. So these are actually, this part of Black Panther is directly inspired from this scene in the Lion King where Simba is talking to his father Mufasa. Good answer. 10 points to Shruti. Next question to Akshat.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the most terrifying incidents from the 2020 in 2020 was this crash that was happened to this guy named Romain Grosjean. Right? It happened during the Bahrain Formula 1 Grand Prix. One of the factors that saved his life was a safety feature that all F1 cars have. Right? Yeah. I want to tell me the angelic name of this safety feature. Right? So this is a picture of the crash. As you can see, the car is basically split in half. Right? How he was able to save his life is because of this thing. Right? What is this thing called? Look at it, circular. It's above their head. And then look at the question again. And give me a nice name for what that thing is called.
Can I see the image again? Yeah.
This. Right? What is it?
No.
No. Passing. Harshad? Please put your hands a little more up, please. Yeah. Go on. Only 5 seconds on a pass. Harshad?
Is it an halo?
What?
Is it a halo?
What's a halo?
I think it's the safety covering of the car.
It's the what?
I think it's like what driver from there, like
Okay.
off.
But generally, what is a halo?
Halo is a video game.
Fine, but what is this reference? Read the question.
Angelic name.
What is that reference?
I don't know, but I know what's the safety feature.
Okay, I'll give it to you. 10 points. This is in fact called a halo. A halo is actually the ring that is generally seen above an angel's head. That's what a halo is called. 10 points to Harshad there, and now direct to Siddharth. The most stolen book from the New York Public Library happens to feature the name of a German goldsmith. The reason his name features is because of his revolutionary invention. That is the reason the library exists in the first place. What invention is being talked about? Right? What did he invent? Which is the reason why a library might invent in the first place. You have to give his name as a part of your answer.
The book.
The book, not quite. Daga? Yes, Daga?
Is it a bookmark?
Bookmark? Yes. No. Jessica? Yes, Jessica. Okay, I will pass you. Oops, sorry. Yeah, all non-finalists, please switch off your video. Yeah, Jessica, I'll pass you then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shruti.
Printing press.
And this guy's name would be?
Gutenberg.
That is absolutely right. So this is the Gutenberg press or the printing press, and this is how we got books in the first place. It is how you would get a library. Brilliant answer there by Shruti. 10 points to you. That's absolutely right. And now, Akshat, you get the next question.
Yeah.
Right? These kind of establishments became popular in Delhi after 2017 post social media outrage over an annual occurrence. This is something that happens in Delhi every year. It's not caused by vehicular exhaust, but mostly due to a non-Indian practice called chula. Right? Their offerings also, they come in several flavorings and is all the rage amongst the Instagram generation. Right? What exactly are they trying to sell? Right? So you can see a bunch of bottles there. It says relax and recharge. You see a bunch of flavors there, lemongrass, cherry. What exactly are they selling? Right? It's something that became very popular since after 2017. Something became very, very bad in Delhi. So people said we need this, and it's also something that has become very, very important during the COVID-19 era. Right? What exactly are these things, or what do these places sell?
What do you call this? Hookah thing. Hookah.
I wouldn't ask about that. No, I'm sorry, not right. Harshad?
It's oxygen. Like after the like Delhi had like a lot of smoke and like fog. So
absolutely right. Brilliant answer there. 10 points to you. This is in fact fresh oxygen. So they sell oxygen in various flavors. And because, as Harshad was saying, there's a smog in Delhi every year now around November time. That happens because of stubble burning. And that is why people said, we want oxygen. And they thought, okay, let's make it fancy. And they start selling flavored oxygen. Right? 10 points to Harshad. Next question coming to Siddharth. Okay, Siddharth, your question coming. symbol has been used by cultures all around the world, right? For various purposes throughout history. Is there in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The name of which symbol, an equilateral cross with arms bent to the right at 90-degree angles, and it derives its name from a Sanskrit word meaning conducive to well-being.
Swastika.
10 points to you. This is in fact the swastika, right? This is exactly how the swastika gets its name. 10 points to you. 10 points to Siddhant there. Next, direct to Raghav. Okay, Raghav, are you ready for your question? As of November 2021, there are 68 Indians who have reached a certain sporting feat. The first Indian did so in 1988. D. Gukesh, at 12 years, 7 months, and 17 days, is the youngest Indian and, in fact, the second youngest worldwide to have achieved this feat. In which sport is all this happening? And what is this title that all these people are trying to get? Let me say that this is not a, some people may not consider this a sport, but this is definitely a sport, right? They don't consider it a sport maybe because you don't have much physical activity during it.
I think I got it.
What?
I think I got the answer.
Go on.
I think it's 68 Indian grandmasters of chess.
And
They have
that is
attained
enough. You don't need to say anything more. Grandmasters in
grandmaster.
chess is what I was looking for. The first one, of course, that you see there, Vishwanath Anand. 10 points to Raghav. Direct to Jessica. Can we have a quick look at the scores, ma'am? We're about towards the end of the quiz. Last 6 questions.
Yes, Raghav is with 30 points.
Raghav is with
Siddhant
30.
with 30 points.
Siddhant with
Arshad
30.
with 60 points.
Arshad with
And
60.
Akshat with 30 points.
Akshat also has 30.
30 points. And Shruti also is with 30 points.
Shruti also 30 points.
Jessica yet to score.
Jessica yet to score. Okay. So, last 6 questions of the quiz. Direct now is to Jessica. Very, very tight. 4-way tie for second place with Harshad slightly far ahead. Here comes the next question. The common name of the citrus fruit is derived from the name of a country located in Southeast Africa. The country's flag is one of 4 national flags among UN member states that features a firearm in the flag. The country was formerly a Portuguese territory, and it is also believed that the Portuguese got this fruit from this country to India for the first time. How do we know this fruit? Very common, particularly in summertime, you will probably be consuming this. And from which country does this fruit get its name? Right, Jessica, you have an answer? No? Asking you to Shruti.
Is it grapefruit?
Grapefruit, not quite. Akshat? Yes, Akshat. Mango. Harshad?
I think the country is Brazil, but I don't know what the fruit is.
Brazil is in South America, not Africa.
Oh.
And Siddhant?
Sir,
Not too much time on the pass, I'm afraid. You'll have to guess now or I'll pass you.
sir, is it lemon, sir?
Lemon? No. Raghav?
Is the country Ethiopia?
Ethiopia? Any idea what the fruit might be there?
I'm not sure.
First question, I think that's gone unanswered. All other questions up till now have been answered. Fortunately, no points for anybody. Nobody got the country nor close to the fruit. So the fruit is a Musambi, right? Or a Mosambi. And it gets its name from Mozambique, right? That's the country. That's how the Mozambique gets its common name. Right? It's a summertime fruit. Now the question goes to Shruti. Okay, Shruti, it's your turn. Right? This is what I'm going to show you is from a science fiction film named Passenger, which involves humans traveling to a safe planet after Earth has become uninhabitable. The features Jennifer Lawrence as a character named Aurora, which also happens to be the name of a Disney princess. Look at the images and figure out how we better know Aurora. Look at what's happening. This is essentially the major plot of the film. This is what's happening. This is how Aurora is. And that's what happens afterwards. How do we better know Aurora? Both a Disney princess and a friend. Okay. Shruti, do you have an answer? No? Okay. Akshat?
Sir, it's Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty is absolutely right. So this is Aurora is actually Sleeping Beauty's real name. You can see she's asleep and then she's woken up. And that's how, this is why she's named Aurora, because she looks like Sleeping Beauty. Even Sleeping Beauty is inside one glass case. So 10 points to Akshat. Brilliant answer there. Direct is to Harshad now. Okay. Simple one. The currently running TV series called Super V on Disney Plus Hotstar. The show is based on the childhood stories of a famous Indian sports person.
Sir, can I answer this?
Yeah.
Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli is right. This is Super V inspired by Virat Kohli. 10 points to you. Siddhant, your question coming up. The name of this service, it's not a real service, it's an unofficial service, started out as a South Indian pun on the name of a depiction of Shiva. Right? What is the service? What is the service you're likely to hear if you try to ask an auto man to come with you for too less money? Right? So what you have to do, you'll have to both tell me this other form of Shiva and what it's meant to mean, right? Or what does it mean? If someone say, take this travels, what do they mean? That is the question. So think of all the forms of Shiva that you know. And think about what is the service. So if you go and talk to an auto rickshaw fellow, right, and say he wants 150 rupees and you say 75, right, he might tell you this in response. Let me tell you that the sort of joke comes in through Tamil. Okay, so think Tamil.
Is it Natarajan?
And what is the joke? What is the service they're telling you to do?
That Natarajan is always angry and.
Natarajan is always angry, is it? Okay, nothing to do with that. Passing to Raga.
I'm not sure. Pass.
Pass. Jessica. Pass. Shruti.
I'll pass.
Pass. Akshat.
Don't know, sir.
Pass. Harshad.
Don't know.
So I'll give 5 points to Siddhant. Nataraja is correct, but that's not enough for the full points, I'm afraid. So essentially, this is the Nada Raja is what they mean. So when you say take Nataraja service, they mean go walking, right? So that comes from this way, right? It's a South Indian joke. If you go and tell this thing, Nataraja services take, that means go walking, right? So 5 points to Siddhant. So that means the direct goes to Raghav. Okay, it's your direct question. Now, 11th question of the quiz, penultimate question. After this, only one more. There you go. The title of this book is inspired by the tagline of a lovable brand found in most Indian films. Which brand inspired this business book? Look at the title. Look at the color. Put together, nice.
I think, is it Mintra?
Sorry?
Mintra.
Mintra?
Fashion.
No. Fortunately not. Jessica? Yes, Jessica. I'll have to pass you if you don't give me an answer now. Yes, Shruti.
Is it something like a food brand?
Be more specific, please.
I don't know, Maggie.
That will get you the 10 points. This is, in fact, Maggie, as in 2-minute main noodles. That's why it's called the 2-minute revolution. Well done. And you can see the bright yellow color of Maggie as well. 10 points to Shruti. Before the last question, can we have a look at the scores, ma'am?
Hello.
Yeah.
Rahav is with 30 points.
Raghav has 30.
Siddhant with 35.
Siddhant with 35.
And Arshad is leading by 70.
Harshad leading with 70.
And Akshat with 40.
Akshat with 40.
Shruti again with 40 points.
Shruti also with 40.
And Jessica yet to score.
Jessica yet to score. Final question of this quiz, direct to Akshat. Right? Final question of the quiz, direct to Akshat. And 2 people tied for second at the moment, with Siddhant not too far behind, as well as Raghav possible to catch up on the last question as well. Right? A lot of drama possible with 1 question to go. This is the global headquarters of an international organization of which 193 countries are members. This headquarters is located in New York. So what happened was, when this thing was being designed, people saw it and said, hey, we also have to build a new headquarters to an Indian national organization. When I say national organization, it is a company, but it's not privately owned. It's owned by the government of India. So something was being built on Mount Road. Right? So 2 questions. Which organization's headquarters is this? Which one on Mount Road is inspired by the look of this one? Right? So 2 questions. Final question of the quiz. Akshat, it's your turn.
Sir, I think I know the second answer.
So
this
5 points each. So,
I noticed it was inspired by UN, United Nations.
Building. What is the one in Chennai?
Don't know, sir.
Okay. Passing to Harshad.
Yeah, it's the LIC building, and it's inspired from the.
That is the full 10 points to you, 10 points to Harshad, and 5 points to Akshat, who got the UN bit, right? This is the headquarters of the United Nations, and this is the Life Insurance Corporation building on Mount Road. And that is the end of the quiz. So on the last question, 10 points to Harshad, 5 points to Akshat. Right?
Yes, sir.
So final scores, ma'am, could you tally it up?
The final scores, Rahav is with 30 points. Siddhant is with 35 points.
Siddhant is with 35 points.
Arshad with 80 points.
Arshad with 80.
And Akshat with 45.
Akshat with 45.
Shruti with 40 points.
Shruti with 40.
And Jessica not scored.
Jessica not scored. So I think in first place is Harshad.
First place is Arshad.
With 80 points.
Second place goes to Akshat.
Akshat.
And third place goes to Shruti.
Goes to Shruti. All right. So that is the end of the quiz. Thank you so much, everyone. And we have the final scores. I think we can go. But first, let me talk about Jessica, finishing 6th out of almost 150 participants. Not a mean feat. Please give her a round of applause, everyone. Right? Finishing, I think, in 5th place is Raghav. Tough luck there on a couple of guesses, I think, but very well done throughout the quiz. 5th again out of 150, no mean feat. Just ahead in 4th place is Siddhant. Right? In 3rd place was Shruti. Some great answers right at the end to take you into 3rd. In 2nd place, Akshat, getting 5 points on the last to pull ahead to 2nd. And leading from start to finish was Harshad. Great job taking 1st place. So with that, we have come to the end of Scintilla Q 2020. I now hand it back over to the teachers of SRM Nightingale.
First place, second place.
Yeah. Ma'am, you're unmuted.
Congratulations and jubilation. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. Who would believe that I could be happy and contented? I used to think that happiness hadn't been invented, but that was in the bad old days before I met you. When I let you walk into my heart. Congratulations and celebration when I tell everyone that you're in love with me.
We congratulate all the participants of today's Scintilla Q event for making this event a grand success. Every participant will be given an e-certificate through their mail ID within a week. Success is not final. Failure is not an obstacle. It is the courage to continue that counts. On behalf of our management, we are proud to announce the winners. First prize goes to Arshad R. Second prize, Akshant Iyer. Give them a round of applause, students. Third prize goes to Shruti. Fourth prize, Siddhant Palani. Fifth place goes to Raghav. And sixth place goes to Jessica Susan. Once again, congratulations. Valedictory function will be held in Ramapuram campus for the prize distribution. The winners of this event will be asked to receive the prizes on that day. Date and time of the function will be informed to their registered mobile number and the given email ID. So the participants are requested to stay back till the national anthem. So I request our Scintilla coordinator, Mrs. Bhanumati, to render the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, one and all. Gratitude is the memory of art. Life cannot be reached without gratitude. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Mahesh Anand, sir, and Guest of Honor, Mr. Jayaraman, sir, Honorable Chairman, Dr. Shivakumar, sir, our School Advisor and Dean, Science and Humanities, SRM IST, Dr. Sundar, sir, our respected Principal, Mr. T. Amalraj, sir, and Vice Principal, Madam, Mrs. Aswini Kamesh, our Quiz Master, Mr. Abid Abdullah, Quiz Foundation of India, my colleagues and my dear students and parents. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our chief guest, Mr. Mahesh Anand, sir, and guest of honor, Mr. Jairam, sir, who despite their busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. We are grateful to our honorable chairman, sir, Dr. Shivakumar, for encouraging us to conduct such a wonderful event that benefits student community. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. Sundar, sir, our dean, advisor, Dean, Science and Humanities, SRM IST Ramapuram campus, for his valuable contribution, guidance, and encouragement in all our efforts. I owe special gratitude to our admin manager, Mrs. Bindu Madam, who have guided us to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable success. On behalf of SRM Nightingale Metric Higher Secondary School and entire fraternity of this institution, I extend my sincere thanks to all deans, principals, and vice principals of Ramapuram campus. A big thanks to Quizmaster Mr. Abid Abdullah, Quiz Foundation of India, for his efforts towards anchoring of today's program. A special mention to our respected principal, sir, Mr. T. Amalraj, and our vice principal, Madam Mrs. Aswini Kamesh, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and standing as pillars of strength. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank our loving teachers for their untiring efforts. I would also like to thank our computer science department, technical team, and our admin manager who worked behind the scene to make this event happen. Our sincere gratitude goes to all parents for your rock solid support and encouragement. Without your support, children were not able to achieve anything. Thank you so much, students, for your energetic and enthusiastic participation. A big thanks to our admin and non-teaching staff and our helpers who played a great role to make the program a grand one. Once again, I thank everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request everyone to stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जाहे तब शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, students and all the parents for making this event a grand success. Now the students are requested to end the meeting. Thank you.